Hi again, viewers. Now we're going to look inside the urban worm bag, and this is about 1 week post pumpkin. I think it's about a week. I'll look to verify that. But this is the bin that had the 15-pound pumpkin in it, and they broke it down pretty much to the soil line in 9 days. And after that point, I noticed that the castings inside the center of the pumpkin were getting really wet and really stinky, and the castings outside of the pumpkin were really dry, and some of the worms, mostly the Euros, just weren't either climbing up and over the side of the pumpkin or digging down deep enough to get in it. So what I did is I just took the rest of the pumpkin and I buried it in the bottom of this bin, and I let him have it that way. I planned on, when I started the program, my brain is stuck for words, the experiment, I'm sorry, there we go. When I started the experiment, I planned on leaving the entire pumpkin there until it was gone, but it wasn't looking, things weren't smelling all that great. So take a look around. I do have the flash on right now because when I turn it off, it's too dark, even though we're practically right under a light, but what can you do? Let me just peek around in here. I just took off the piece of paper I had on them. I don't keep bubble wrap in here. But I'm just going to kind of let you see the texture. Now, as a reminder, this is a combination of redwigglers and European nightcrawlers. There are, to my knowledge, no other worms. It is possible there is a blue worm in here. Like, this is a Euro. And I say it's possible only because there could have been a baby stuck to my hand one time before I was really rigid about washing my hands between going in different bins. These here are Euros. Even though he's bright on the top, you can see the flat side on the bottom and the light side. Oh, Gizmo. Sorry, dogs are in here doing things that they shouldn't be doing. The dogs are like kids. When I'm busy, they know it, and they try to do things they wouldn't otherwise do. So you can see bits of pumpkin. There was, look back at the video, I believe there were somewhere between 6 and 8 pounds left of the 15 pounds that I buried in here. And since they ate, oh God, no, my facts are being terrible. They ate about 9 pounds. Wow, look at this. Oh, this is mango. When I fed the African nightcrawlers some mango, I put a piece in here too, just to give them a break from pumpkin. And apparently they like it enough to lay their cocoons on it. I like pizza, but I wouldn't have my child on top of one. But hey, worms are different, huh? So, yeah, I think they ate about, I don't know, 9, 10, I gotta look it up. I'll put it up on here. My facts are terrible. And I'm not seeing it. We saw that one little piece. This big pumpkin seed. So there's some seeds from the pumpkin, of course, because those aren't going to break down too easily. Now, I don't want to dig all the way down to the bottom, and the reason I don't want to is that this is an urban worm bag, and by design, it's supposed to be harvested from the bottom. You know, the idea is the worms eat at the surface, their finished castings fall to the bottom, and there's an opening on the bottom that you uncinch, and the finished castings fall out, and the worms and the newer material stays here up at the top. I'm gonna turn my phone. That was one suggestion someone made. I'm gonna do that. So for this bin to work as it should, as a bottom harvester, I need to stop digging down and stirring it up. It was okay for a while, while I was doing the pumpkin experiment and just seeing what was going on. But if I continue to stir it up every single time, then these worms are never gonna go to the top. They're always gonna be buried all the way through it. And when I want to harvest castings, I'll have to do so from the top using the light and scrape method rather than the harvesting from the bottom as the bin was designed. So yeah, I dug a little bit. We saw that one little piece of pumpkin out. Look at that, is a rose bush, and it is stuck in my finger. Okay, let's get that out. I do feed my worms trimmings of things, but apparently they don't get stuck by it, only me. There's thorns on there somewhere. Let's get that one out. Not for them, they're fine, it's me. So I mean, the population in this bin is still, it exceeds 4,000. I am not going to dig down. I'm not going to dig way down, so we're not going to get to see all the worm balls. I just wanted to show you what it was looking like since I buried the rest of the pumpkin and how quickly things bounce back. You can see how healthy it looks. There's just little, all I'm seeing is little pieces of pumpkin. The rest there may still be some down in here. I don't want to go too deep because I want to let this bin get back into its bottom harvesting status. But I was just trying to see if we could see any of the pumpkin. Oh, there's a little bit. But gosh, if those little pieces is what's representative of being scattered in being submerged in this bin, then these were some very hungry worms, and they did a good job. That's why they got rewarded with mango. Nope, that's the same mango. Okay, just worked my way back over. Yeah, here's a little piece of pumpkin. Not much. Okay, so what I have here, because I knew they'd be getting low on food, I just took an entire head of lettuce out of my freezer. It is completely frozen. That's okay. I'm just going to dig a hole. I'm not putting bedding down. It's not very, like, there's not a lot of ice crystals on it. I'll show you. It's kind of soft, so I don't think I'm going to get any worm freeze to it. Let me hold the camera right over the spot where I plan on putting it and see if I can't get these worms to go down. Go down, go away from the light. Well, it's not very heavy, but it is, let's see. Yeah, here, let me get some castings on it. And then the worms won't stick to it. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to have a problem with that. It's not very heavy. It was iceberg lettuce that got a little soft, so I threw it right in the freezer. I'm not going to wrap the dirt around it for tonight. I'm going to let it thaw, and I'll do that tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and cover this back up and turn it off, and that'll be it. Until next time. Thanks, everybody. Thumbs up if you liked the video. Share my channel if you would. And leave any feedback that you'd like to leave. And I'll see you again very soon. Have a wonderful weekend.